And we live. Let's tell the truth. Boxing Pod. It's your boy, the Valley Savage. Here with Coach Leaf.
You already know.
Got a lot to talk about. Y'all see the thumbnail. Anyway, literally saves the weekend. It was about to crash and burn. Still kind of crashed and burned, but anyway, got everybody out alive. You know, but a card that everybody, at least boxing fans, even the casuals, were looking forward to. You got a lot of big names, but most of the big names didn't live up. I don't think the card really lived up to the hype. The DAZN card, I mean. But like I said, anyway comes through, saves the day. Well, we'll get started with Friday night's
Matchups.
card.
Yeah, matchups.
Yeah, we'll start from the beginning
We could go with
with
Tio. With Tio, right? Tio and Barbosa Jr.
yes, sir.
All
Yes,
right.
sir.
I'll start off. Out of all three fights, I'll say Tio's fight was actually the most interesting. It's the most exciting. I'll say that. We did show Tio showed that he is, one of the best. I mean, he has a lot of skill. He was tested a little bit. He got cracked with a good shot that marked him. I think it was like around 4 or 5. I forget what round.
Mm-hmm.
But Tio was supposed to make a true statement. He's supposed to go out there and stop that man. That's what he was supposed to do. The way he be talking, the takeover. That wasn't the takeover. I mean, you showed that you still the truth, but he could have did a lot more to finish that fight. He was faster. He was stronger. Barbosa was a live dog. I think Tio played it safe in that fight. Showed a lot of skill, but he played it safe.
I don't think that Tio played it safe. I think that maybe the 147 division. Looking at the weight that Barbosa came in at, and the weight that Teofimo came in at. I just don't think that he really holds the weight well. I don't think it's going to transfer well. But at the end of the day, I think that Tio, as bad as this card was, and it was bad. I hate to
Hold on, they
say it.
fought at 47 or 40. I thought it was 40.
Well, let me see.
I thought it was 40.
Because he needs to stay at 40
Yeah,
if
they came
that's the
up. They
case.
they weighed in. I think at 138. If I'm not mistaken, 138.8, 138.6. If I'm not mistaken, I don't think he was at 47.
Yes, you're right. 139 and a half, and then Barbosa was 139
Oh,
three
139.
quarter pound.
Right.
So it was at 140, but that makes the my point even more so. I got it confused with Devin. I know Devin was like
The catch weight at 44 at 47.
yeah, and then Ryan fought at welter. But even more so, I wouldn't be talking about coming up to 147 and mentioning Duran and his boots. But I will give you credit. I think Tio showed just how good he really is because Barbosa is no joke.
No.
Barbosa is no bum. He has a decent resume. Uh, you know, skilled fighter, and Tio was in there playing with him. Sitting down on the ropes, holding the ropes while he's waiting for Barbosa to throw a punch. He was doing all the shenanigans, all the showboating that Boots does. But the thing is that when Boots starts to showboat like that, he gets the guys out of there. He gets them out of there. He sends them to the hospital. And if you're talking about moving up another division, another 7 pounds, I mean, if you can't get Barbosa out of there, there's guys at 147. I don't know. Maybe he'll, give what's my man? Barrios, some trouble. But you talk about guys like Brian Norman and let alone Boots. Nah, man.
He has the
Nah.
audacity to mention Crawford and Boots all the
Yeah.
time. Like he really. I mean, the thing is about Tio. One thing we got to say is he is skillful enough to avoid a lot of shots. He's slick enough, but the power the knockout power he used to have. And I mean, I'm not saying that he don't have knockout power, because but we used to see him flatline guys with one punch and they out. You know, the more Tom, well, not Thomas, the guy he knocked out in the first round, knocked down, at was it 35, Cormier,
Mm-hmm.
how he,
Richard Comey.
yeah, that was
Mm-hmm.
power, you know. But even at 40, he didn't knock out Josh Taylor. So like the carrying the power, saying I'm the takeover, this is Teal's time. Yes, you show you got skill. He is very talented. I'm not gonna say and act like Teal didn't, because like I said, he was the best performer of that whole night. But if you're talking about the big boys, you're talking about Ennis, you're talking about Crawford, you're talking about guys that you know that they hit you clean, you're gonna be really on your bike. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because if
That's
the shot that Barbosa, and I'll give Tio some credit again, not to cut you off.
no, you good.
I'll give Tio some credit because that shot that he did get hit with, you can tell that he got hit with with an elbow too. He did get punched, but the follow through, to me, what I saw is that the elbow caught too. So
I didn't
I'll
really
give
notice
him.
that. I didn't really
I'll
notice that. I thought it was a right
yeah,
hand. He kind of
yeah,
stepped into it. He stepped into the right hand.
yeah, yeah,
Doing that soul
yeah,
boot and shit. Got clipped.
yeah. Yeah, but either way, man, if Barbosa can touch you, well, so can Boots, and Boots is gonna hit you a lot harder.
Mm-hmm.
And he's, just as athletic as you are. He's bigger than you are. He's longer than you are, but he's he has ring IQ. He has power at 47. Even, we feel like Boots is really squeezing down, and now he's at the point where he's unified, so he doesn't have to just, he can only rehydrate 10 pounds. Like now he can put on as much as he can fit in his body. That's what he's going to do, and that's what you're going to have to deal with. So there's a lot of factors that go against Tio when you're talking about a Duran, and we're not even going to talk about Crawford because I mean, that's just not going to happen. Crawford is going to fight Canelo and he's going to retire. He's out of here. So I mean, Tio again, great performance. Um, he put on a show. I think he really tried to get Barbosa out of there, but Barbosa's tough, and it just didn't work out that way.
I'll piggyback a little bit off that too. I think Tio, when he got hit with that shot, it kind of made him a little bit more cautious. Towards the end of the fight, he started coming forward again.
Uh-huh.
He started off really explosive, trying to set the pace. But a guy like Boots know how to cut the ring off. Barbosa followed him a lot of times. As good as Barbosa is, he's still not. He's still kind of green at the elite level. That's why it was a separation between the two. Where if you're fighting Boots, Boots is not going to follow you. He's going to cut the ring off, and you're going to have to fight him. And you're not going to win in the exchanges, not inside or outside. So just
Mm-hmm.
to piggyback with his skill set, yeah, all this is flashy and all this is good, but now it gets a guy like Boots who neutralizes that,
Mm-hmm.
takes one of your hands away, and makes you fight down, and you got to fight it. I mean, Stanionis was a prime example. Stanionis couldn't do shit with Boots. Teofimo is not going to do nothing with Boots, and he's not even a big 40-pounder.
Yeah, yeah. But like I said, I don't want to, turn it into, a bash Tio day because he's the one that actually, out of the A
Perform.
sides, performed. He
Perform.
gave people a show.
I give it an A minus. I give it an A minus.
Yeah, yeah, A minus because of the caliber of fighter that he was fighting and how he was able to, you know, show out the way he did.
Right.
So, shout out to Tio, man. He talks a little too much. You know, we all see it's really for clickbait, and it's really not like that. But it is what it is. Outstanding fighter.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't wait to see him again. I want to see what he has next lined up. He wants all the smoke. I think when he calls out Boots and he calls out Crawford, I think he actually means it.
Oh, I believe it so. I believe so.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
thing is, he got heart. He'll fight anybody. That's one that I'll
yeah,
give him. But if you want that, fight Keyshawn, fight Africa at 40.
Hmm.
Fight Matias. Fight these guys first. Dominate these guys. Stop these guys, and then you start calling out the bigger names. That's my point.
Yeah, so we'll see. What the docket has lined up. The guys that you mentioned are already lined up to fight, but we'll see after that. Maybe we'll see him again this year, and he'll prove us wrong. So
Right.
but the next fight on the card for Friday night, New York City, you got Devin Haney and Jose Ramirez. And man, you know what? Let me play something for y'all real quick. Play something for y'all. Just give me a second. Okay, here we go. And here we go.
I think I've seen this.
But Haney was supposed to be going back to the drawing board, getting better. Did you think he got better? Absolutely not.
Mosley to the team, all that stuff.
Just because you add a Hall of Famer to your team don't make it don't make you better. I promise you that. Devin, yesterday, I felt like he didn't want to fight either with Ryan Garcia. The way
Listen, he's I mean, Timothy, is known for, having some comments, especially for guys that aren't top rank. Obviously, he's paid by top rank, so he's always had something to say about Devin. But I think what he's saying here is the sentiment of a lot of boxing fans.
he was fighting, how scared he was. PTSD is a real thing in fighting, in boxing. It's a real thing. And I felt that's what I saw with Devin watching.
So what do you think what he said right there? You think it was PTSD?
I think it was something. I think it was the ring rust tied with the known to be hurt by shots now. More so, I think what Ryan did to him made him a lot gun shy. It made him gun shy more. It made him. You can see off the rip from the first maybe the first 2-3 rounds, he might have threw maybe 20 punches. He was on his bike, and Devin did not want to engage. But when he let his hands go, it was still sharp enough to get some respect. Ramirez, you got to also put some blame on Ramirez as well, because this is a 2-time champion that is a pressure fighter that couldn't even cut the ring off. He couldn't even stop Devin Haney from running. And Ramirez is a dog too. So where did the dog mentality come from? Like they both of them played a big factor, but Haney for sure could have PTSD just from getting cracked, getting exposed, the fear of getting hit hard. He was shaking off some ring rust. Towards the end of that fight, he started settling down just a little bit. But I don't know if Devin Haney is going to ever be Devin Haney of old again. I was expecting at the weigh-in, he looked so confident. I thought he was going to come out there, and dictate the pace of his jab. He has a really good jab, stand his ground, counter. He's way faster than Ramirez, but he just didn't want to get hit. And he didn't. It showed he doesn't even believe in his defense. He doesn't even believe in his skills anymore. And I'm not writing him off because he's still undefeated. And this is a kid that was undisputed. This is a kid that fights all the best. But you fight a guy like Africa. You fight a guy like even a dude at 35, Abdul Mason. Guys like that, even a Keyshawn at 40 or 47. They gonna come with the heat, and they sharp as hell, just as sharp as Devin. And I don't know if Devin is gonna be able to be superior like he was before the Ryan fight. I don't even know if this rematch is even gonna happen. To be honest with you.
I mean, we'll get into that, but I'll get into Timothy Bradley's what he had to say, and then the fight. I do think it's PTSD because I look at the fights that Devin has had in the recent past. When you look at a Lomachenko, when you look at a Kambosos, when you look at a Regis Prograis, when you look at even Ryan
Linares too.
Linares. Devin has never ran like that in any fight that I've ever seen. Any fight. And I've seen all of Devin's fights except for the ones that were in Tijuana. I've seen all of them. And I've never seen Devin approach a fight this way ever. He's gone in there with guys that are more dangerous than Ramirez. I understand that Ramirez is a unified champion before, but Regis Prograis was a two-time world champion. Cambosos had just came off of beating Tio, you know what I mean, to become undisputed. And then he did it twice. And then he did it in Australia, you know. And then you have Ryan, who, you know, everybody knows about the power of his left hand. They know about the Ryan left hand all the way on Pluto. And he still went in there and stepped to him. He wasn't out there, you know, doing what he was doing on Friday night. It was Cirque du Soleil in there. It was ice skating. It was Disney on Ice. Just running. I mean, I hate to say it. It is what it is. He was running. There was a lot of dancing going on. There was salsa bachata. I know it's Cinco de Mayo weekend, but you know, we got to put a cap on it.
Right.
You know, you got to draw the line in the sand. Do you want to fight or no? And it seemed like you can tell that when you listen to the corner, that Bill Haney was saying, hey, which he is right, Ramirez needs to be set. His feet need to be planted before he throws a punch. So if you just keep moving, then you don't have to worry about him engaging. But what that does, the plan worked, but the visuals was absolutely terrible for him to be moving around like that with a guy like Ramirez, who is punching, but he wasn't to the level of a Ryan. And you just stepped to Ryan. He wasn't punching like Lomachenko. You was in the kitchen with Lomachenko. You know what I'm saying? Kambosos had knocked Tio down. You stepped to Kambosos twice in his own home.
I think I looked at it like he piggybacked off that though, because he knew those guys wasn't big punchers. He knew Kambosos wasn't a big puncher. He's still right in the trenches with Kambosos. He's still in the trenches even with Lomo, because I don't think he ever felt like Lomo was a big puncher either. But towards the end of that fight, Lomo was playing.
They call Loma Nomaschenko. That was his nickname going into the fight. You know what I mean?
I know, but like to me, I think Devin just looked at Lomo like he can't crack like that. Like Prograis,
what's the excuse
he
for
stood
Ryan?
in front of Prograis. That was dangerous. And then you stood in front of, Ryan. But like I said, with the Ryan fight, we can't take nothing back about they fought before. They fought a lot of times. So even with knowing he had power, there was no fear between him and Ryan. That's how Ryan approached him the way he approached him. That's how Devin approached him the way he approached him, because they know each other. They fought each other. They've known each other their whole lives. Mm-hmm. So you're not going to hold back against him. But like a guy like Ramirez, he knew Ramirez's dog. He knew Ramirez could punch. And also coming off of a year of layoff. And I'm not defending him because he ran. He did run a lot more than he normally does. Where he could have made that fight a lot easier.
I've never seen Devin run. I've never seen Devin run ever. We've seen fights where you'll see Shakur use a little bit, too much movement. We've seen other guys, use a lot of movement too. Like you'll see Lara and you'll see a lot, but there's a difference between like running and then movement,
Right.
There's a big difference. And Devin to me was running for the first time that I ever seen. That's why I agree with Tim. I think it's PTSD. I think you don't want to go through what you went through when it comes to the social media universe. I think he cared a lot about that, and he was just trying to get a legitimate win in a win column. I think he was trying to make sure that the fight with him and Ryan would stay on schedule. Don't take no chances. Don't because you know that social media is going to be like, you don't deserve that rematch with Ryan if you lost that fight. Right. You know that's exactly what they were going to say, that you don't deserve it. And he probably thought that he was going to walk through Rolly, and we'll get into that. He thought that Ryan was just going to walk through Rolly, so he didn't want to have Ryan have a good performance, and then you come out and lay a shit performance like you end up actually losing. And then that promotion and all the things that are going on is completely ruined. You wanted to sue the man. You wanted to do all this. You took the lawsuit out just so you can fight Ryan, and you don't want to ruin it by losing or, to Ramirez.
To get hurt or anything. Yeah, to get exposed again. If he didn't run a lot, I think Devin could have handled that fight a lot easier. He could have even stopped him. The speed, he looked like he got a little bit more power, but he just didn't let his hands go. He moved a lot more.
Man, Devin ain't stopping no Ramirez, man. Ramirez is a tough. Ramirez is a dog.
Right.
A dog. And Devin has never been the type to really knock guys out.
Well, go for it. He doesn't go for it. He'll outbox you all day. He won't go for it.
And if you remember, I should make a short about this. Before that fight happened, remember I was saying that Devin was going to go back to the basics. He was going to go back to what worked. He was going to go back to what made him an undisputed world champion. He didn't even live up to my expectations. Yes, he kind of went back into the basics almost, but Devin is known for his jab. Everybody, even the Devin haters, have to admit that Devin has one of the best jabs in boxing. The best. You didn't even want to use that. You didn't even want to jab him to death. You know what I mean? Because not only are you dancing around, but anytime that he got close enough where you wanted to exchange, as soon as he was done with the exchange, what was he doing? Wrapping him up.
Oh, yeah, and he was out. Yo, but that's another thing. He was scared, too, to throw that jab wrong again, to get caught with a left hook. Because Ramirez is known as a left hook puncher, too. I think he is scared of throwing his jab like that now, where he got caught with Ryan. And I'll state this again. I went back and watched that fight. I said this on the last podcast. I watched Devin beat the shit out of Ryan until he got dropped. He got hurt in the first round and then withered back and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 easy.
Mm-hmm.
And he kept the jabbing him, and he was actually coming forward and hurting Ryan.
Yeah, bro. So, that's the point right there.
Right.
You got hurt. You got hurt in the first round, right? You got dropped. You got dropped again. You got dropped again. Every single time Devin got up and stepped, right? I'm coming right to you. I don't know if maybe it was he knows that he might be down. The cards are too close, so he's trying to go and get some of that back. But either way, you have a guy who's literally knocking your equilibrium off, and you're getting up. Your life is in danger. Your body, you know what happens. You know what I'm saying? When you're equal and you're in a fight, your body automatically goes into, all right, it's survival mode.
It's kill or be killed. Yeah, kill or be killed. You gotta exactly. You gotta have that. You gotta have that. But he doesn't have that. But that day against Ryan now,
I think he does have that. Yeah, against Loma. That. Remember when he was in there with Loma, he went back to the corner and told his father, "Yo, he figured me out." Mm-hmm. So, and he would get up out the corner, knowing that man across the ring, Lomachenko, figured you out, and I still step to you. We're still gonna exchange punches. I'm not dancing around. I'm not doing none of that. I'm gonna step to you.
Right.
But against a guy who, when you look at Devin's resume, is a lot. I don't want it to be disrespectful, but he's not the guys that you've been in there with. He's not. And he hasn't been.
He's the old wave, though, because Romero's a known wave back in the day.
Yeah, back in the day. You know what I mean? But today,
not today.
Not today. Not Friday night. That wasn't that guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Ramirez could have did more. I'm not gonna sit here and put the whole blame on Devin. But at the end of the day, man, like, it's really hard to catch a guy. It's really hard to engage with a guy. It's really hard to win a fight with a man that's across from you that's really not trying to he's not trying to engage. I'm really not. I'm just trying to land enough punches so that I win this round, and then I'm gonna go back to the corner and I'm gonna come out here and do it again. It looked terrible, bro. It was boring. I'm sorry.
Right.
But yeah, so as far as Devin is concerned,
C plus performance.
Not even
C minus. Gotta keep it in a C though. Gotta keep it in a C.
Yeah, because he did win. He did
win. can't go to D with it.
Yeah, probably like a C minus, man. Like a C minus. We'll see. I don't want another tune-up for him. I think that he should just get this Ryan fight out the way. And then we'll go from there, to be honest with you. Because I don't really know. You really can't even take anything from that fight. Because, I mean, if I had to guess, I know that Devin haters are going to think that I'm wrong. But if I had to guess, Devin is not going to fight like that ever again. I think that was just something that he, for his own mental sake, he had to win. I don't care how it looks. I don't care how I get this W, but I'm going to get the W no matter what.
Right.
And it just so happened that it doesn't look good. But then we'll get into the main event, man. Ryan Garcia showing up in the Batmobile, Ostarine free, a year out the ring.
Mm-hmm.
What are you thinking?
Oh, it's a lot to talk about this fight. First of all, as bad as Devin's performance was, Ryan trumped his performance times 5. Ryan's fight was the worst fight. Ryan is actually, he showed that he is one of the worst. That night, he was the worst fighter in boxing. Because you got a guy who is very dangerous, Rolly, who can punch, not the fastest, but he neutralized everything of you, even your jab. And when he hit Ryan and dropped Ryan, listen, Ryan couldn't even do nothing. Like, he made it through what? He threw jab and maybe 10 hooks the whole fight. If that, I don't even fucking know if he threw 10 hooks. There was barely no right hands. He didn't make no attempts to try to get some back. Because, I think a lot plays in with the factor of him knowing getting exposed in sparring, knowing that back in the day, Rolly was held for him even when he was his sharpest.
Mm-hmm.
And I kept telling him, I was talking to my kids when we were watching, I said, Rolly has not changed, even in the press conferences, and the face-to-face, and the weigh-in. His demeanor was like I'm fucking you up.
Yeah,
like,
I said it in our WhatsApp chat. I was like, yo, Rolly looked like he don't even want to be there.
Yeah, I'm going to beat this boy's ass. And I wish I put some bread on Rolly, bro.
You did say that I think in our last episode you were like, if there was going to be an upset, that it was going to be Rolly.
Right. And you know what's crazy? I kept saying that, but you know what kept making me don't do it? It's because when I was putting that shit on him before with Tank, he got stopped. And I said, you know what? I ain't gonna do that again. And I fucking bit myself in the ass in this. Because I dropped any bread on Rolly, I would have made a bank.
And bro, you were thinking what everybody else was thinking. Right? Everybody else was thinking the same thing you were. They were like, they saw, Barroso, they saw Pitbull knock Rolly all around the ring, and they were like, yo, this guy's trash. But I wish I would have known before we got in this fight, because then maybe I would have been like, because I never really thought highly of Ryan, because like you said, when you go to that Ryan and Devin fight, that was really not a good performance from Ryan. It really wasn't. It was just that left hook kept finding a home. It kept finding a home, finding it, touching his jaw, like legs would be on ice.
Right.
It's just that Rolly got a new trainer. Now he's with Ishmael. He was with Ishmael Salas now. World renowned Cuban trainer. And he, I think that these fighters that at a certain age, I think they are who they are. Like, I think Ryan is who he is, and there's really not a lot that you can do about it. But Rolly, shout out to him, because he listened to Salas. He started adding levels to his game. Now he needs to, work on his footwork, because I don't know if you saw some of those punches that he was throwing to the body, or even the ones that he missed. Like, he would swing for the fences and completely. There were the one punch that he threw a right hook and it missed so bad that he went like going into the ropes and shit like that.
Right.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. And Ryan couldn't even capitalize on it.
Yeah, he couldn't. He didn't capitalize. That's how you can tell that was
death in that fight.
After that hook, after he went down in the second round, his whole demeanor changed. Everything changed.
Get up and go like this. that means he cracked you. He was hurt.
He
And he didn't want to get
didn't
hit like that again, bro. He didn't want to get hit
exactly
like that again, bro.
exactly. And you know what I think? He didn't want to be Devin. He didn't want the memes. He didn't want none of that. He was like, yo, let me
he got it. He got it worse because he didn't fight at all. He's trash, bro. Now listen, this is someone that I used to like Ryan Garcia. I think when he fought Tank, I thought he looked good against Tank, even though he got knocked out. He showed that he was coming for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think, and all his fights before that, yeah, he looked great. But when Ryan go in there and gets another puncher and he's off the roids, you already know. He off them roids because we know he has a roids in him, bro.
I believe it now, man. I believe it now. Like all that, it was only this milligrams of Ostarine and all that. Nah, bro. Nah. After that performance, it's like, come on now, man. It was definitely the juice.
Yeah.
The juice is loose.
He was punching like Paulie Magnani, bro. No power, bro. Nothing.
Gloves are deflated. The gloves are deflated, huh?
Man. The juice was gone.
Bro.
You know what I mean? That man had water guns. He had water guns.
He had water pistols.
Yo, remember I told you on the last episode, I'm like, I don't understand how Ryan keeps hurting these fighters, stopping these fighters when everybody in their mama knows, right? If you go to Mars and say, hey, what's Ryan's best weapon? The Martians will tell you. Martians will be like that left hook. Everybody all you gotta do. Last episode I was like, yo, this is all you gotta do. and then what is Ryan gonna do? What is he gonna do if you come in there like this? And Rolly showed you there is no way in hell that a man like, and again, Rolly, I respect you, professional fighter, 2-division world champion. Yeah. But man, if Rolly can outbox, you got outboxed by Rolly Romero.
Yeah. Rolly stepped up.
Rolly beat pads and feet. Rolly put pads, feet, knees, everything to Ryan that day. Yo, Ryan couldn't fight, bro. He can't fight, bro.
And they disrespected this man, bro. They disrespected Rolly. And he knew going into the fight. They're showing a whole trailer, anime trailer, right? Cartoons and everything with Ryan and Devin promoting the next fight before the Rolly and Ryan fight even starts. Nasty work.
Nasty work, but Rolly didn't care.
Right. They had Rolly rolling up in a fucking Volvo and they had Ryan in the back. Like he's a superhero. Yo, disrespect. Rolly put all that disrespect in that ring and whooped his ass over that.
Bro, the car that Rolly that pulled up in, I forgot what it was. I don't think it was
I said a Volvo.
Pulled up in a Ford Focus.
Yeah,
pulled up in a Ford Focus.
It was a nice car. It was a nice car, but
you know how I go.
Yeah, but he was like, bro, and then he got out the whip. He got out the whip, and I think he walked like a couple blocks. I saw him like dapping up people. You know what I mean? Because the traffic was taking too long. I guess it was taking too long. But either way, bro, they're in the ring, bro.
Hold up, this man walked to the fight,
bro. You didn't see that?
Rolly had a walk.
You didn't see that?
No, I didn't see that.
Bro, he was walking through Times Square.
Rolly took a trip.
Bro, dapping people up. He took a picture with somebody and shit. Like, I mean, yo, it was. But that's not even the worst part, bro. Devin already fought. Ryan and Rolly are in the ring, and then they play on the big screens because they're in Times Square. They're playing the trailer for Devin and Ryan too, and Ryan didn't even fight Rolly yet. Disrespect.
Didn't even happen yet.
Disrespect, bro.
Yeah, I'll tell you right now.
And that's something that we need to talk about because maybe this, shout out to Turkey Al Sheikh. He's giving us fights that we probably would have had to wait 5-6 years to happen. He's giving it to us now, and he's giving it to us back to back to back to back. But maybe planning these fights out in advance, knowing that, hey, listen, when you beat this guy, not if, when you're going to have this fight next. I think it puts something in the fighter's head. You know what I mean? Am I making sense?
No, you
like when you know that I have a big fight right after this, the way that they go into the fight before that big fight,
It's like they
approach it different. It's not the same. You're not focused on that man in front of you because you know I have a big paycheck coming after that. You know what I mean?
I want to piggyback off that. It's the pressure of looking bad before the next fight. It's the pressure of not getting damaged. It's the pressure of, man, I got to show why I deserve this next fight. So, yeah, and, you know, I seen him interviewing Devin about the Ryan fight. He kept saying, no, I'm focused on Ramirez. I don't even want to think about the Ryan fight.
Quit the cap. Quit the cap.
He did.
The way that man ran. Quit the cap.
Exactly.
We said it. We said it. He had on his Pumas. You know what I mean? He was out there.
he had on them Air Maxes ready to run.
He had on Air Gordons because that man ran. Yo, I'll tell you this, right?
Them Usain Bolt fours.
Devin ran 6 miles in a 12-round fight. He ran.
He ran half a marathon.
Yeah, he ran 10 miles.
Half a marathon.
I'm telling you. Yeah, but like I said, I think that he knew that this fight is coming up next, and I can't ruin it.
But I thought, as bad as Devin looked, I said it again. Ryan was even worse.
Yeah, you saw Ryan crying in the whip. You saw Ryan crying in the whip.
Ryan's fight was worse. Ryan threw maybe 10 hooks in that whole fight. I don't think he threw a right hand, and he threw only jabs, and he barely threw jabs. He stood in front of Rolly after that hook knocked him down and was scared to death, bro. He knew them roids with the Austrian wasn't in no more. He knew the needle wasn't in his veins. You know what I'm saying? He didn't felt confident at all, bro. And he knew this man battered him in sparring.
I'll be in the front. You're good.
And he crying in the wheel. Cut it out, man.
Cut it out.
This is fine.
You got room in here for 2 more?
That man balling. He shut his loss shut Vegas down, man. You know how many people lost
mad money? Mad money.
Bro.
It's crazy. It's crazy work. And it's just upsetting because it's like we were expecting so much hype from these big fights this weekend, and they just completely disappointed. And it's a non-Mexican that had to step up and like show out for Cinco De Mayo, like crazy, man. It was just upsetting. And I think like the money, I think the money is what's ruining the fights. Like fighters wanted to get paid, now they got paid and they don't want to fight. So it's like it's crazy, man. It's hard. It's hard.
I think it's more of the scheduling of a fight after a fight. It's not really the money. You know what I mean? Because if you go in there and you know you don't win, then that may fuck up generational wealth because Turkey is out here giving millions and millions and millions and millions. If you just have that fight and that fight in front of you and the next fight is not even scheduled, it could be rumored, but it's not actually scheduled, you're going to approach the fight way different. Then you can really focus on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know.
I agree.
I don't know, man. It's something's different, man. I mean, Teofimo showed up, no fear, boxed the way he boxed. He put on a clinic against a very tough Barbosa. I think a lot of people are discrediting how good Barbosa Jr. is, and right. I think he was completely over. I don't know why. I was 50-50 on that fight, and Teofimo shut me up. He put on a clinic against a very good, tough Mexican boxer who gave a lot of people problems. It's just, I don't know. And Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney, maybe they thought too much of the next fight, not thinking of their fight currently. Mm-hmm. But I feel like they got paid. I feel like they're getting big bags now, and they're getting comfortable. I mean, look at what happened with Canelo and Skull, however you say his name.
Oh, Skull, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, yo, like, what the fuck? Like, you got the bag. You got
We
the
better get into
bag.
that one. We better get in that one too.
A world,
Yeah.
like not even just a world title, but you were gonna be unified of the division, and you didn't even show up to
Undisputed.
fight, undisputed, and you
Yeah.
didn't even show up to fight, bro. Like, yo, a couple jabs and then moving the whole round is not gonna win a round. Like that. That Floyd Mayweather has done way more than that, and everybody say Floyd Mayweather was a runner. So like,
No. The difference with
man,
Floyd,
I guess I'm jumping. I guess I'm jumping ahead.
No, but the difference with Floyd is he let you he'll put hands and feet on you as he's moving. He always gonna hit your ass. He let his offense always show, and that's what separates Floyd with like guys like even Shakur, who when he had the one hand against De Los Santos. Floyd with a bad hand still gonna let you touch.
But that was Devin too. Devin never in my life have I ever seen Devin look like that.
Yeah.
Move that much.
Running
never.
Scared. Running scared.
Never. Against greater opposition, much greater opposition.
Exactly.
And he came and he stepped. You know what I mean? Like you say whatever you want. People say that he lost to Loma. Some people say that he won. Either way, he was in the kitchen with him. He was in the kitchen.
Linares.
Linares. Yep. And Linares.
Exactly.
The Regis Prograis beat him to death. Couldn't do, you know what I mean? Couldn't do nothing with him. He was walking Regis down.
I know.
You know? So how you got the heart to walk Regis down, but you don't got the heart to Ramirez? Who is a puncher, but he's tailor made for a style like Devin. Tailor made.
Exactly. But I think Rain Russ played a year off, getting exposed by Ryan, PSD on top of that.
Yeah.
You know, do you still got it? I think a lot played with the Devin fight and the pressure of him looked good to be in the next fight. Played a lot in his fight. It doesn't give him credit to why he ran so much. He did run a lot. I think Devin was a lot sharper, a lot faster. Like at the weigh-in, he looked like he was gonna be the next Floyd. I was hyped.
Crazy shape, but you see why he was in such great shape, right? All the miles paid dividends in that fight, man. I'm telling you, all the miles.
Yep, he can go for days.
Bro.
Yeah, he could go for days. He ran for days. He was running for days.
Exactly.
But what do you think?
He stopped that Wawa while he's in the middle of the ring. He went quick, got a sub, came back, was still running. Like, come on, bro.
What do y'all think is next for Ryan though? You think that? I mean, I think that obviously the
rematch will still happen.
I think the rematch is still going to happen. But do you think
that helps Devin too, though?
It does help. It helps Devin. It helps Ryan because Ryan's going to get a big check still. They're both going to get paid.
No, but it helps Devin to know now. All they have to do is keep this fucking hand here.
Just keep it here, man.
I can get to you a lot more now because you know that you gun shy too. Ryan's scared too. Ryan was scared in that fight.
Ryan was scared and got dropped. He got dropped just like he did in sparring. He suffered PTSD. He remembered that sparring
exactly. That's what I was saying. Ryan,
that shit ran back on him.
Ryan came out the Batmobile looking like Jell Gibson, bro. We thought
he got the gel knocked straight out of his fucking dome.
Second round, gel gone. Where did gel go? He was gone, bro. It was over for Ryan, bro. After that,
I unfollowed Ryan after he showed up in the Batmobile. Bro, you're not gonna disrespect my favorite superhero.
You unfollowed Ryan?
If you show up in the,
I never followed Ryan.
If you show up in the Batmobile, you better win. Just like Scooby, I was like, yo, he's showing up in Tim's, you better win. If you show up in a Batmobile, you better win. Or you get unfollowed.
See ya. Get the remove the follow. Remove that ASAP.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Damn. He could have showed up in anything else, man. He
Ryan had the worst performance but I don't know. As bad as his performance, and we're going now to the Canelo and Skull fight.
Well, yeah, we skipping ahead though. There were some fights before that.
Oh, hold on, go. What's up? My bad. Who else?
I mean, you got you had Jaime Munguia was in there for the rematch.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, Jaime Munguia went in there.
That was a good fight.
Yeah, that was a good fight. That was a good fight. Bruno was game. Everybody thought that he was gonna get washed by Munguia. They thought it was gonna be like it was the first fight because the first fight Munguia was putting hands and feet until Bruno, put him down. But you can tell it's the same thing. It's the same thing that Devin went through. You can tell that he was a little gun shy because this guy just knocked you out, and this is the same guy that just knocked you out. And you can tell that and especially the first half of the fight, I would say from like round 4 on, you can see Munguia kind of peeking through again. Like he was starting to be Munguia again. But you can from 1, 2, 3, and 4, you're like, yo, this is not Munguia. Munguia usually throws way more punches, way more pressure than what he was showing in the first 4 rounds against Bruno. But now, when the fight went on, you could tell that he was picking up and he was starting to be himself again.
I think when he started touching the body and getting down there a little bit more, it started making Bruno hesitant, and that's when Munguia said, "Okay, I got this." Like he started putting a little bit more pressure, and also being with the Canelo camp. He showed his different game. He's a lot dangerous now. I still don't put him at the top of that division though.
Yeah.
Nah, Caleb Plant. I think Caleb Plant.
He's calling him out though, so it's gonna happen.
Can you see him beat Caleb though? Caleb Plant is the truth.
I say Caleb gives him some work.
Yeah. He has a style. Styles make fights.
Sharp. He's so sharp.
I like to remind me every day, Styles make fights, and his style is, like I said, I say it again, it's tailor-made for Caleb.
He neutralized Canelo for a while before.
He just needs to think.
Sure.
Like Caleb needs to get those miles in so you don't, because you know how Caleb is. That first half of the fight, he looks like the best fighter to ever put on gloves. It's the second half of the fight where he starts to fade a little bit,
Right. And Caleb's a guy that went 12 rounds with the guy Canelo don't want to fight.
Yeah.
And he was battered and beat up and still fighting.
Yeah.
Caleb's a dog, bro. So I don't see no one just easily beating Caleb like that. You gotta be a special fighter to beat Caleb Plant.
Yeah, you definitely gotta be a special guy to beat Caleb, man. You gotta beat Canelo. That's who you gotta be. Or Benavidez.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
but
this guy was taking bombs by Benavidez, beating up, bleeding everywhere, still fighting hard, and was fighting his ass off. Where Canelo stopped him, but he was whooping Canelo's ass for the first six.
Canelo kind of had to stop him. In all honesty,
he had to.
If Canelo would have been able to keep that up and stop him, he might have got beat.
Right.
Mm-hmm. That was kind of. I think that the Caleb fight is kind of where you see Canelo really start to decline. It was that fight because he did stop Caleb. So let's not even take that away from him. He stopped him. But you can kind of every fight after that, you kind of see Canelo kind of down.
I think it was the last Triple G fight.
You think it started taking away from him?
Yeah, I since the first fight of Golovkin, when he first fought him, where a lot of people thought he lost, and when I went back and watched it, I could see why people thought Canelo lost. I felt like he grew in that fight, but he was never the same after that.
He took a bunch of shots. He took a bunch of
punishment. He took a lot from Golovkin. He took a lot, and he went 3 fights with Golovkin. Yeah, Golovkin is one of the biggest punchers in boxing. I think he never was the same. Like certain guys, what's that southpaw?
The third fight don't even count. The third fight he washed up Triple G.
Yeah, but he still didn't look like. Yeah,
and Triple G's power is different. I mean, I've had conversations with a bunch of people, including Gabe Rosado, just saying how it's different. You know what I mean? Like people hit hard, but Triple G's power is different. So to see somebody like Canelo go through 3 fights with him, take big shots, it'll probably take some years off you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And we really never seen him hurt in that fight.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I think that's a big reason why. I think Canelo knows it. That's really why he doesn't want to fight Benavidez. That's why. Because he knows that he's not gonna win that fight.
I mean, he can't take that shit like he used to. He can't take the punishment and the shots, the punches like he used to. I feel like it's just something that starts hitting you later on, man. After so many years of being able to take the big punches and being in those wars and being able to feel like you can run through those shots, before you know it, them shits they start penetrating, you know what I'm saying? They start, you start end up feeling them shots a little more different, man. And
You make sure to say
yeah,
pause too. Penetrate,
yo,
pause.
that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
but no,
Pause.
but you're right.
But yo, it's not the same when you get older and that many years. I mean, think about Canelo. Like he's been doing this since he was a kid. He went pro probably at like 14 or 15 years old in Mexico. Think about he's got over what 60, 70 fights. Like
for
this
all the names. For
dude's
everybody.
been through a lot, man, and it catches up to all of us. We're human, bro. We're not machines. But
Even
I
the
do-
guys,
yeah,
even the
I do
guys that
agree.
aren't as well off as Canelo. You know what I mean? So you add
Oh,
that
absolutely.
on top of a guy who has everything.
Right.
He has
Yeah.
he has all the money in the world.
Yep.
He has a beautiful family, big
Yep.
houses, nice cars, all the endorsements, and you
Multiple
still want to
divisions,
be able
world
to get up
champions.
to do the sparring, to hit the miles, to do all the training, the strength and conditioning training, to go up against a guy like David Benavidez. No,
Dog. Young dog.
He's worth $500 million. Why would I do that?
Yep.
Why would I do that? And the same grace that I give Terrence, I give Canelo. I wanted to see the Benavidez fight. Don't get me wrong, but at the end of the day, I can't sit here and say that Canelo hasn't entertained me for well over a decade. Gave me great fights, great fights. So can I really be mad that he's not fighting Benavidez? Nah,
Yeah.
he's like, hey, look, man, I fought guys like Triple G. I did all that already. I'm just trying to get this check.
He fought everybody, the Kirklands,
He
Laura,
earned
fucking
it.
Danny Jacobs, Floyd.
Yeah. I'm not mad at Terrence. I'm not mad at Terrence for not fighting Boots.
Rocky
I wouldn't want to fight Boots neither.
I know. I'm not mad at Terrence either.
AKA the Milkman. Who else? He fought it all. Caleb Smith.
Yep.
McGee,
Amir Khan.
Amir Khan. Like even back in the day, Gomez.
Laura,
years.
Yeah, man.
He fought everybody. So I don't get Belanga. You know what I'm saying?
He's been through generations of names.
Yeah.
He has the best resume in boxing right now, without question.
Without question. But us as fans, we want to see some shit.
They want to see him get beat. Okay, they know that Benavidez is gonna beat all that shit out of him.
It's always that. Look, it's the Floyd effect. Everybody wants to see Floyd lose. When you're the best, you're on top. Everybody wants to eventually see you lose.
Yeah. I wasn't mad at Mayweather the way that he picked his fights, his last 10 fights. I'm not mad. All the fights that I see Mayweather, man, you know how many champions? Bro, I never, bro.
Yeah.
Never.
How many world champs he beat?
23 and 50 fights. That's crazy. 23, 24, something like that. That's ridiculous.
Damn near half. Half. Yeah.
Yeah, but the next fight on that card, this is Saturday night's card, was Badu Jack, another good fight. Yeah. Shout out to his corner, man. Yeah, he probably wouldn't have won that fight if it wasn't for his corner. His corner told him when the first half of that fight, he's like, man, listen, I don't know who's winning this fight, to be honest with you. He's like, yo, these rounds is too close. You need to step on the gas, and that's what he did, especially in the championship rounds.
Yep.
Badu Jack, showed the champion that he is at cruiserweight, and he did his thing. I don't really got a lot on that fight.
The Ripper, man. I mean, if you watch his career, Badu Jack was always a great fighter.
He was always in close fights. He was always in close fights. Yep. And always game. You know what you were getting out of Badu Jack.
Yeah. Didn't he beat Superman at light heavyweight?
Yeah, he
beat Superman too. He just had that style where he was under the Mayweather brand for a while. He learned how to fight well. Like Badu Jack, I picked Badu Jack to win that fight, and now he was underdog.
Yeah,
Badu Jack was underdog.
Badu Jack was underdog.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, I bet it. He was underdog. They had this kid was an undefeated fighter.
Yeah, but he hadn't fought in so long, bro.
I know, but that's Badu Jack, bro. I put him on. I bet on Bobby.
No. The guy that he went
You
against.
talking about the guy he fought?
Yeah,
the guy that he went against had been taking like step aside money and been getting fucked over for a fight for a minute. The only reason why he was in that fight,
I don't know why they had
like,
him the favorite, but they definitely had him over Badu Jack.
Damn, that's crazy disrespect. There's a lot of disrespect this weekend, bro.
Yeah, absolute disrespect all weekend.
Damn.
All
But anyway,
disrespect.
What's the next fight you talking about? I know.
No. Main event. Main event.
You didn't want to talk about the big bulls, the heavyweights.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, man.
That was milk and titties all day, baby.
Yeah.
Cheesesteaks and grits.
Nah, Ajagba looked like he was built in a lab somewhere, bro.
Yeah, yo, cheesesteaks
what happened
and
to
grits.
that fight? What cheese? Hold on, what happened to that fight?
Gravy done poured out.
Was that a draw?
Yeah, majority draw.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, the one judge had Badu Jack winning, but it was a majority draw. Yeah.
All right, good.
Yeah, but I mean, honestly, I think that Ajagba won that fight. You ask me. I think Ajagba won.
The jab was in his face all day.
Yeah.
So
the question really is, did we overestimate Berkoli or did we underestimate Ajagba?
I think we underestimated Ajagba. Even though when I seen the size of Ajagba, I said, "Oh, this is gonna be a good fight." I didn't know he was that big.
Yeah, Ajagba was Jared Anderson before Jared Anderson.
Right.
He Wakanda, bro. That boy on some different. Like, he's massive and he's got like the lean muscle behind him. You could tell he's got pure power. I was definitely favoring him, but Berkoli is just such a big, devastating punching bag. It's just like, do you think? I don't know. I just didn't know if he had enough to hurt him and get the respect. You know what I mean? So I was like, I was 50-50 on that. But
I think that's how you have to get Joseph Parker a lot. I mean, even though it's short notice, he knocked Coley out, man.
I don't know how to look at that, man.
Parker parked his ass.
Parker is really good, bro.
He parked him, bro.
Like super, like as the best heavyweight fight. You want to talk about competition?
It was gravy and mashed potatoes all over the ring, bro.
Parked them. Parked them VIP. Parked them VIP. Bro. Mashed potato and grits. Gravy poured out.
The only heavyweight that I think that can really give Joseph Parker some problems is Usyk. I think that's a mega fight.
Yes. Oh man.
Usyk. That's it.
You gotta put Joseph Parker.
You got the boy.
As soon as Joseph Parker beats the brakes off Dubois, because that's what he's gonna do. He gets that belt.
No, you mean Usyk.
Usyk got the Dubois fight.
Yeah, Usyk got the Dubois fight. You said Joseph Parker beat the brakes off Dubois.
Because Joseph Parker was supposed to fight Dubois, and then Dubois got hurt, and then that's when Berkoli came in.
Yeah. That's how he's sliding. That's how Dubois sliding in for the Usyk fight now.
Now he gonna get his ass whooped. Usyk gonna beat his ass. But remember, this guy lost technically to Dubois, whoever his name is. He beat
the body shot. The body shot, yeah.
That was a 12
body
count.
shot that was called low, but it was.
He called it low. That was clean as hell, man.
Mm-hmm.
Right in the belly button. He went down, was like that, grabbed the Nas, did a little roll.
Mm-hmm.
Got a sip out the corner, got a little sip like Gervonta Davis did. You know how it goes.
Crawling around like yeah.
Hold up.
Crawling around like Tommy Pickles out here, bro.
He said Tommy
like a rugrat out here crawling around, bro.
Crawling around, bro.
Yeah, crawling.
You see that punch? It was clean, bro.
Yeah.
But they didn't call it. Or then he ended up stopping him. He stopped the Dubois. Now, that was at cruiserweight. This is heavyweight.
Heavy.
And I just don't think oh, there we go.
Cinco De Mayo Bert. Cinco De Mayo Bert.
Where's Ryan Garcia?
Where's that boy? Where's that pretty boy Ryan?
You ain't shit.
I said that kid look like. I said how you come out the Batmobile looking like Jel Gibson? How?
Oh man, come on.
Jel Yep, he knocked the slick right out of him.
Terrible.
No, I don't think that boy trained, bro.
He
Yo,
was looking good on the mitts. Then he is
Man.
looking sharp.
Yo,
I felt
and
bad.
Derek
I felt
James,
bad. I felt
yo,
bad. for
Derek James was giving
Great
Ryan
advice.
excellent advice.
Great advice.
A1 quality advice. If he would have
Great
listened to half of what Derek James was telling him, just half of it, he probably would have won that fight.
Yo,
I could look good with mitts, bro.
bro. Yo, you right.
Yo, I got Jabbar looking good with mitts. Tell the truth.
Shit.
I got Jabbar. I got Jabbar with fucking.
Yo.
I got Valley Savage with mitts looking
Yeah,
sharp.
yeah.
Tell the truth.
Everybody, I mean, everybody looks sharp on the mitts. You know, you seen Ryan. I say, oh, Ryan looking. Woo.
Nah, bro.
Got
He
his
look
ass.
He got. Yo,
like shit.
it just goes to show good coaching. It's not. Oh man, it sucks, man, because the fighters got to fight. The fighters got to fight, and good coaching that's being given sometimes just gets overlooked, and it sucks because Derek James. I had to piggyback, and I'm glad you brought it up, Jabbar, because man, I felt his pain. I'm like, fuck, dude. Great advice in the corner, good coaching, like technical insight, and then you shit. Like
you gotta think about it. Ryan's always been like that, though. He's always been like that.
Doesn't listen.
That's why fucking
he relies too much on that left hand, bro.
Canelo's campaigning with that dude because of that shit.
Yeah.
They say you don't like to train. That's well. Listen, Bill Haney called it too. He said it looked like that shit came out of him, didn't it? Was he saying that? He was calling that shit. He brought away. He said that looked like that shit came out of him. It looked like he's small and this and that. And I think that kind of psychologically got in his head, bro. He didn't feel confident, bro.
He didn't look big, though.
He didn't look big. He didn't look strong. Rolly was like this the whole time. Not playing, bro.
Rolly wasn't playing.
We should
on
put
the phone.
Rolly was built, ready.
Yeah. On the phone. Yo, Rolly still has his hand right here. Still.
Hasn't left yet. That hand is still there. Hello.
Rolly had the roids in him, boy. Rolly had roids in him, bro. He looked like it, but no, he wasn't.
Yo,
he
Rolly
crazy
stacked.
strong, bro.
Rolly stacked.
Yeah, but his style is so fucking ugly.
He's always been like that, though.
That's why Tank picked that shit apart. You know what I mean? Come on.
Well, Tank
fought completely different.
Tank used his aggression against Rolly though.
It did.
And walked right into that left. And Rolly never been the same after that, but he actually just came back. Like Rolly now, he's on the map. He's on the
map. But who you think he's gonna go after? Come on.
He'll knock out Barrios.
The world champ.
He'll knock Barrios out.
All right.
He's a world champ.
He's a world champ.
I like Barrios though, bro.
He'll knock Barrios out.
I don't know.
I like Barrios too.
I sleeping on Barrios, man. Barrios.
I don't see that, bro. I don't see that.
Barrios got knocked down by he got knocked down by Ramos.
After he get that Pacquiao tune-up,
yeah.
Rolly don't want none of that.
Hold on, he fighting Pacquiao for real? It's going now?
It's heavy. It's not official, but it's like everybody's his next fight is Pacquiao.
65 years old. You see his last fight? Stop.
Yeah.
Tell the truth.
He's coming to the ring. He's coming to the ring, governor style, button up, freaking fresh tie on. Got a blaze. Got the blazer suit on.
Double breast out.
And I'm he'll hang in there for a whole 6 rounds. After that, he's shot.
Pacquiao is old as shit, bro. Really?
I think Pacquiao's gonna start losing from the very first when the bell rings. He's gonna be losing.
Bro, look what
damn!
Look what
from the bell. That's
crazy. Who guys exposed
bro,
Pacquiao?
It's not Pacquiao no more, bro.
Yeah.
Pacquiao right now, as we speak, is applying for AARP. He's taking Social Security checks. Stop.
They call this man Pacquiao. Just call that man Pac. That's it, Pac. He's like nothing else. Fuck Matt Pac.
You wow.
Call that man Pac.
He's gonna be getting packed up. He's gonna get packed up for the rest of his career.
They're gonna pack his ass up.
Packed up.
Who washed him up the last fight? So I heard somebody washed him up.
The milkman.
Yeah, the milk.
Packed him up.
Mario's about to pack his ass up.
Pacquiao had professional fighters in here ready to go fight the guy that he fought last because he got his ass whooped so bad. They're like, why you do that to Pac-Man? What you think Barrios gonna do?
Put that work in.
If they really gonna fight Barry, it's gonna easily beat him. That's not
Easy.
even a fight, bro.
But after he gets that tune-up, then he'll beat up Rolly next.
Come on, bro.
You
Stop.
know, as long as you stay away from Boots, don't do that.
Yeah. Yep. So they're gonna avoid Boots.
Teofimo wants that smoke though. Bro.
I know.
Don't do that, Birdo. Stop it,
That-
Birdo. Stop
Yo,
it, Birdo.
Yo,
He
put the because that is dead ass right now. He has
That's
been calling
fight,
Boots
though,
out for
bro.
a minute.
Yeah, think about it.
Yo, drop that on him because he's been calling out.
He's
Good
the
fight.
only one. The only one.
Yeah.
Good
The
fight.
only one. The only time
I
the Normans
respect
talk
him.
about him, they talk about money. They don't talk about fighting that man. Tio has never mentioned money ever. He's like,
No,
I
he
want
want
to
to
fight him.
fight him. He
Yeah,
wanna
yeah.
fight
The
him.
thing is, we gotta say,
And
he
that
got
man
the heart.
I give him
he
that.
got the heart.
Oh,
we give him that. Yeah, we give him that.
Yeah, he got
Tio
heart,
got
bro.
heart.
respect.
He took a set right after me.
Yeah, he got heart.
yo.
But
Nah, I respect
mean,
him, but he
yeah.
got no chance.
Nah, Boots
Sorry,
gonna smoke the shit out of him, bro.
I don't know.
Well,
know. Maybe I'm talking crazy.
no, he don't. We know that he don't got no chance.
I don't think he has a
difference-
chance, and that's
the fight
crazy.
with-
to me to
his
say.
last
And I
fight,
respect
right?
Tio.
What? His last fight, this guy couldn't cut the ring off. That's how
No.
Tio. He was following Tio. Boots gonna cut the ring
Exactly.
off.
Oh yeah,
Boots
without
gonna, he
doubt.
gonna make him
Boots
fight.
is going to break him down.
He
Yeah.
gonna counter
That power is
everything
different,
possible,
Tio's not gonna run from Boots, but it's gonna be his demise because he has the heart of a lion. He's not gonna run
Yeah.
from Boots though. He's
No,
not
he's
gonna
not.
run.
It's the
No.
takeover. He's supposed to go out there. He's supposed to go out there and skate. Now listen, I think his performance was A+.
Yeah.
A
Oh,
minus.
without
I
a
know A
doubt.
minus. Out of all the fights.
But I gotta agree.
Out of
with
all
this.
three of those fights.
I gotta agree with a lot of people saying about that shit. Doing it in Times Square and no having no fans like that, that shit takes away from the fighter too, bro. They gotta stop that shit. Just keep it in regular venues.
Right.
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
that you
That was
know,
a once and done. You know what I mean?
it was good
Yeah.
for the visuals, but as far as like the fans who actually wanted to be there, that
Yeah.
would have paid good money to see that fight.
And I think
Uh,
the fighter performed better over with people there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I think that too.
With the-
Because
With
people
the
feed on
audience.
some momentum off that shit. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, right. We might have heard 4 claps the whole fight.
Oh, it was quiet.
You add 5 if we were outside of it on TV.
that's
You
the
are-
purchase.
Yeah, like come on,
Yeah.
that was.
Nah,
Yeah,
they
it
were
was
saying
quiet.
that who was saying that they were hearing somebody talk shit. Tio was saying that he could hear people talking shit
You heard
about his
Crawford talking
performance.
shit. You heard,
Like
Shakur.
from the audience. And they were like, it's like, damn, is that quiet? I thought
Yeah.
that, you know, since it's what you call it, since it's Times
Times
Square and
York.
yeah, and he's like, yo, I could hear everything that they were saying.
That is true. Times
Yeah.
Square is loud as fuck.
That's what I'm saying. Like Times Square, motherfuckers acting up. Think about Puerto Rican Day Parade out in New York.
Yeah.
Fucking mobbed, fucking
Yeah.
retarded.
Yeah.
So you got that in the middle of Times Square, and that wasn't. I don't know. Maybe they did that for a protection thing. You know what I'm saying? You know,
Yeah, probably.
for safety. You know what I mean? It's a possibility because that's a big thing. That's like, when is that gonna ever happen? Probably not.
It never.
They ain't gonna do that
No.
shit again. They ain't never
wasn't-
gonna do that again.
It didn't turn out the way they thought. The fights
Yeah.
were trash.
And you're missing out on bread because if you put it in an
Exactly.
arena, then you got the gate. At least you can make money off the gate.
Off
You know
the
what I'm
gate.
saying? Like if
Not
you're only letting a select few get in there, you're missing out
Yep.
on concessions. You're missing out on all the
I mean,
extra.
did you see
what
those
about
people-
UFC?
All facts.
Those people squeezing under the gates and everything getting in there. It's for free. Just sliding through. Just sliding through. Just squeezing through the gates. Hey, why were people fighting? You see people popping through the gates. Like, cut it the fuck out.
Yo, construction men were over there sliding in.
They were
Construction
chilling.
men were doing
You
work.
knew
They were
because you
chilling
see
right
the big
there.
ass boots. You
Wow.
see the boots get over the gate. I said, there he is.
The
Wow.
boots. No, they were right there. They're right there on the thing on top. They got the hard hats on and everything. Steel toe boots, all that. Enjoying the fight.
The reflector vest got
Yeah,
stuck in the fence.
they didn't even take the highlighter vest off, man. That shit is still on.
Yo, wow.
We shout out, bro. We shout the fuck out. You know, this is tell the truth, baby.
Tell the truth, man.
Yeah,
That
you tell the
shit
truth.
was hanging. That
Yo,
reflective
but
vest was hanging.
the main event on Saturday, man. What I mean,
Canelo versus
like you were
Skull?
saying, Rick. Yo, this guy didn't come to fight, man. He didn't come
No,
to fight.
hell no.
He
No.
saw that
I saw
check.
highlights and I'm like, I'm good. Fuck that.
Yeah.
He saw that check. He saw
Yeah.
that check and was
They're
like,
saying it
guess
was
what?
upwards of $3
Yeah.
million, which I mean, like, you know, that's
We
good
were-
money. 3 million is
were-
good money.
We were watching a shittier fight than Berlanga. You know what I mean?
Yeah. They said they gave Canelo 80 million.
Berto, your kids gave more action in wrestling than there was performance in the boxing.
Absolutely.
Tell the truth. Shout out to your kids, baby.
I'm gonna keep it a buck. It was walking apart for my boy.
Damn.
That's not turn around. These boys got some belts and trophies. Huh? Man. Shout out to Berto, man. Great father, baby.
So he the truth, bro.
Yeah. So we seen that Canelo got the victory. You could tell he was frustrated, especially after the fight. Tell him like, hey man, like what was that? What was that? You can tell that, the conversation that they were having.
I don't even know why the fuck they even did that. And like this dude's dumping all this money out this whole weekend for nothing, bro.
Yeah, dumping bread.
Well, Skull had the IBF, so he needed that to be undisputed.
I guess, but
dude, because IBF,
and that's how he got blessed with the opportunity.
Yo, with that performance, you might as well just email him that shit.
Yeah, I mean,
bro,
hands are out.
Yeah, save us the time. If that's what you were gonna do, just save us the time, bro. Just email the belts.
As much as I hate that shit, you might as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, that's probably gonna be his last bag. It's gonna be his last bag.
That's over.
Yeah.
Skull who? We didn't know him before, and we definitely ain't gonna know him now.
Nah, we ain't gonna know shit. We gonna
forget. He would land a punch on Canelo, bro, and he would see he was so happy.
Bro, the thing is about Skull, he's fast, bro. He could have did a lot to Canelo.
Bro,
a lot.
Every video that I seen of Skull was not the guy that was in that ring with Canelo.
That was not going on the highlights. I'm like, oh, this man all right.
Yeah.
The resume. You look at the resume: mailman, milkman, construction worker, Wawa,
electrician,
Wawa again. You know what I mean? Like
McDonald's drive-through.
Kmart's not even open, or Kmart? No, come on, man. This dude was fight everybody.
I know y'all talked about Crawford and him earlier.
Caldor.
I want to jump back on that though.
What's up? What you say?
I know y'all talked about him and Crawford earlier.
No, we can get into that because he got in a ring afterwards. He was holding hands.
Yeah, we got to go into that.
Turkey. Lace locked. He was lace locked with the Turk. Holding hands.
Yeah, right. That's gonna be a hell of a scrap, bro.
You know it.
My whole thing is Crawford leaves gaps, and you don't want to hear it, but he does. He leaves openings, bro.
Crawford's easy. He can
get I just think counter with power, bro.
I just think he's gonna be too smart for that to do that with Canelo. I don't think he's gonna take as many risks, in my opinion.
Yeah,
and it's probably gonna be boring at first.
It probably will.
Crawford said he's going Ultra Instinct on Canelo. I think Crawford go come for it, bro. I think he's coming for it, bro.
Later on.
He told us he's going Ultra Instinct.
Not right away, bro. Get out of here with that, yo.
I'm gonna be honest. After seeing him face to face, I have an announcement, man.
Oh shit!
Go ahead.
What? Go ahead and say it. Go ahead and say it. Go ahead and say it.
He's gonna say Crawford because it's size. It's the size.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to go with Crawford, man. I think I'm gonna have to go with Crawford.
Yo, man.
We're gonna see another Spence.
Why you think I was 50-50 from day one, even as a Mexican American, favoring Canelo, love my Mexican boxers, but damn, man, Crawford is a special talent, and them size it up.
He can pull a Bivol move too, bro. He can do exactly what Bivol did.
Absolutely.
Styles make fights. If Crawford move, he'll beat him easy. But Crawford's not gonna do that.
I just don't like what I've seen from Canelo the last 3 or
last week.
Yay!
Shout out! Yeah.
He can't even hear you right
Flex
now.
on him, kid.
Yeah. Tell him,
Yes, sir.
Tell him he the truth. Tell him he the truth.
Champ at work.
He pulling the guns out. So we don't need the guns out.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Young Bull coming to work.
Well, he just did like a fucking hour and a half practice right now, bro. He's beat.
Easy work.
Yeah, man. It's time for the switch now, man.
Oh yeah, that's what he's doing for like an hour, and I'm putting him down to bed.
So when we say Crawford gonna I think Crawford gonna make a statement to the world. Everyone's writing him off. Everyone thinks that he's gonna get knocked out and this and that.
It's the same.
I'm not writing him off. Shit. It's gonna be tough.
It's definitely gonna be tough.
Yeah. I'm not writing Crawford off.
But it's not gonna be like that Spence fight. I'm gonna tell you that now.
I don't,
Not
and
gonna
no,
be-
it's not going to be the Spence fight,
no.
but I just, man, I really don't like what I've seen from Canelo, man. I really don't.
Did you see
He's-
the
he
second?
look like he's
Look how
slowing
slow,
down.
look how slow his feet look. Look how slow his
He-
feet look.
He look like he's
Yeah,
slowing
man.
down. He look like he's
Did you
slowing
see
down.
that
Yeah.
shit?
I've been
was
saying
like-
this shit. The Canelo been
I know
declining
you have. I know you have.
for
I know
a
you
long
have.
time
No,
now.
you have, but there has been, some glimpses of Canelo, and it's like, oh shit, we got that big power, we got that big pressure, we got that, slick defense on the inside. It's like we get those glimpses, but it's not consistent.
No.
So if Crawford's gonna get the time to upset and do it, it's now.
No, it is now. Unless Canelo go on that meat. Well,
Pause. Hey,
In the room.
pause.
If Canelo
Pause.
comes in, if he have an ab right here, we know he on that meat again. That's all I'm
He on
saying.
that
He have
ab.
He got that.
Tell the truth. Tell the truth.
He got an ab in his neck.
Yeah,
You know, it's
if he come in
crazy.
with the ab, if you have an ab in his neck again, yeah,
He got a
an ab
six-pack.
here, somewhere around here. If you got an ab right here, we
He
know
got
what's going on. We don't have to say
He got the
nothing else.
6-pack right here.
Yeah, when an Adam's apple got a 6-pack, yeah, you know it's humanoids, man.
You know it's crazy work. You know it's crazy work.
I
Whoa.
see this is gonna be a tough fight. I see Crawford going to shock.
Pause,
I've been
yo,
calling
that's
this.
just
I've been
horrible.
calling this, man. I've
Yeah.
been calling this. So
I just want, even though I think that Canelo's slowing down, I really don't want no credit being taken from Crawford if he
Yeah.
wins. You know what I
Yes.
mean? Like I want him to get his full credit.
You know what's gonna happen, man. People gonna say that shit though.
yeah.
Yo, now it's done.
Yeah,
And
you know.
And
yeah,
then
you know
I even
they
think
are.
of Crawford
But,
coming
but it's
up to his
crazy.
weight class.
I think Canelo's younger than Crawford.
He is.
He is.
That's what I'm
I
saying.
think he
So
is.
it's
'Cause
like,
Crawford a little older.
Yeah, but Canelo has more fights.
But
yeah, no,
Canelo
absolutely.
also have more
But I'm just
wars.
saying.
He has more wars. He got more wear and tear
No.
than Crawford. Crawford
Yeah.
ain't
No,
getting beat up
definitely.
like that.
No.
We know that. But
Yeah.
a general viewer is gonna be like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Canelo, he's on the decline, he's on his way out. And it's like, damn, yo, like in reality, Crawford, he's just that special and that good to make a good fighter look not that good. You know what
That's
I'm saying?
facts, that's
And-
facts.
Did y'all see Canelo's shoes? The second
man.
fight, the second face off, not in the ring, but he had on the platforms. He had on the 2-inch heel soles. You see those?
Yeah, man.
You already see those, did you?
Yeah, the
Man,
push
go
puppy.
back. I'll put it in the pound for pound chat. I can't believe it.
My man.
He went
Yeah,
from
the-
this. He went for this. He was up
Yeah.
here. He was up
You
here to
wild.
Crawford. I said,
You
"Get
wild
it
as
out,
shit.
man."
You wild
Yeah,
as
them
shit.
Rick James.
I'm
Yeah, them
dead
Rick
ass.
James
You
platforms.
over here
Yeah,
looking
them
at the man's
platforms
feet.
on.
No, man, he had the
Like
platforms
it's
on.
1975 out here,
Yeah,
man.
you looking at the little fish floating around in it. Now I
Looking
tell
at
you,
the man's feet.
I tell you this.
Got the fish tank in
I
it.
posted a reel on Facebook. Him walking, he tripped on the platform. I put, see the shoes?
You're stupid as shit, bro.
Go on Facebook, you'll see it. I dropped the facts, man.
Oh man,
Oh,
yo, you
man.
wild. You wild.
Man had on stilts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just to make
Walking
sure he look
around.
like
Oh
that.
man.
Yeah,
That's
well,
wild.
But-
on still.
but thank God for
Sunday.
anyway,
Thank God
man.
for
Anyway,
Sunday.
saved the
Thank God for
day.
Sunday.
No, that
Shout out to Top Rank. They
was
saved
Yeah.
the weekend.
Big shout out to Top Rank.
I'm surprised
Best card.
he even got knocked down in a second like that.
Right.
Yeah, I am too. But we'll get into. Did you see the undercard? Did you watch Emiliano
Oh,
Vargas?
Yep, Vargas.
The
Yeah,
Vargas, I didn't get to
Emiliano
that
Vargas.
I can see
Yeah,
it.
another stoppage. I think he has 14
kid's a
fights and
problem.
12 stoppage. Yeah,
Yeah,
he-
Fernando, is that Fernando Vargas' son?
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
That's
gotta
the
look
youngest.
for the highlights now.
He's the youngest one.
that
He's
kid's a
nice.
problem.
Yeah, he got it. Rohan Polanco was on after him. He looked great.
What weight class? 135?
Polanco,
No,
You're talking about Vargas,
Vargas,
35.
35.
35. Ooh, he in a weight class. Okay.
He's in a good weight class.
Yo,
Mhm.
who was the skinny Mexican that we were talking about that looked mad good, bro? And he was just like putting in a fucking clinic. Me and you were going back and forth the whole time.
Espinoza.
Oh,
Espinoza.
yeah,
Espinoza,
yeah,
6'1", 6'1",
Yo,
120 some pounds.
Savage, bro.
Featherweight.
Yeah.
Savage, bro.
Yeah, man. He a weight bully,
That kid's
man.
good.
Shushu don't want that smoke.
Absolutely not.
You
He
see
a
the
bully.
other guy too. We were talking about what was his name? His last name was an L. Begin with an L. Did he get light heavyweight? That kid looked good too.
Oh yeah. Damn, I
Um,
put him on my story too.
Yo, he looked real good. He's
He
a really
looked
good
real
fighter, bro.
good, bro. Dude.
Everything, timing, break. He
On
dropped
the
the
inside,
kid.
putting combinations together. Damn,
Yo, and
I forget his
this kid,
name.
yeah, it's like it begins with an L.
Oh, you're talking about before Emiliano even got in there.
Yeah, we're talking early.
Yeah.
We're talking early.
Yeah, you're talking about the prelims. You're talking,
Yes.
He said the prelims.
No crowd there yet. No crowd there was yet.
Yeah.
All I know is this kicker fight, man.
Yeah,
he sure
This
I
can.
mean, if you
kid
guys want to, do you
fight.
want to get into Espinoza, or do you want to just move to the main event?
We go to main event. I didn't see Espinosa, so I didn't see
Yo,
that.
that boy looks
you see
strong.
Espinosa?
You didn't see the co-main event? You didn't see Espinoza?
You see Espinosa.
When I
Boy.
popped on, I was already second round with the main event.
You need me to share
yeah.
my? You need me to share my ESPN Plus, bro? You can watch it again.
Yeah. I might have to. I mean,
Yo,
Yeah.
you gotta go back, man. That
But
boy-
anyway needs to. He would be. I mean, he's a star already.
He good,
but if he
get caught
fought
like
in the
that,
States, if he fought in the States more, he would be a fucking mega star, bro. Mega star.
He will.
He's becoming it. He's becoming it, man. Dude,
he might get caught up with the wrong boxer though, bro.
Right. Well, who's that? Is it Bam Bam at 22? Because he was fighting at 22 this week.
I think Bam is. I think what?
I thought Bam still at one. I thought Bam still at 118.
118.
So
and this was
moved
120. Yeah, no. Anyway, fought at 122.
Yeah, he fought at 22 this time.
Yeah, and then Shushu is at 26.
Yo, exactly. I want to see Bam Bam and Inoue. I think that would be a hell of a fight. Inoue gets hit, he gets hurt. We seen him get dropped twice now, but he gets up and he still fights to the finish. But
bro, he's like Trinidad,
bro.
He
adapts, bro.
He's like Trinidad. Yo, when you knock Trinidad down, you better kick him. You better fucking people's elbow. Do something. Make sure that man don't get up. You better make sure he does not get up, because if he gets up, it's curtains.
Stop, man. Stop it.
It's curtains.
All right, so Trinidad. Oh yeah, because when Roy Jones dropped his ass, he ain't do nothing after that.
I mean, it's different. It was different.
Remember
Then he was
Roy
an old
Jones
man.
beat the dog shit out
I'm talking about prime.
I'm
talking about prime Tito.
Prime Tito. When you talk about eating grits, Trinidad.
Listen to me. Prime
Must have
Tito
forgot.
Fucking kill that man.
What?
Yeah.
Prime Tito kill who? Prime Roy?
Yes.
Hell no.
I think he'll body him, bro.
Do you hear this? Y'all hear this?
I'm gonna tell you straight up. I like Prime Roy, bro, but Tito was nice, bro.
Prime Roy, bro, was monstrous, bro.
Prime Roy was scary.
You wouldn't have been able to hit him, bro. He was that fast, bro. He was that strong.
Prime Roy was scary.
Prime Roy was ridiculous, though.
I mean,
Prime Roy versus Prime Tito. I think I gotta give it to Roy.
Yeah, and I love Tito, and I love Tito on that left hook.
I gotta get Khalif shit all the time for this shit, because I always talk how
under the ropes? Under the ropes? Jones? Gray boots? Yes, I know, man. I'm traumatized. I got PTSD.
Yeah. Right back in this bitch. Tarver, baby.
His ass was out there commentating, too. That's how I was cutting it off. I didn't want to hear him. Every time Milk Dud talk, I said, where the mute button? All right, you're talking. Where the mute button? And Jim Lampley was doing his thing. A lot of people said they hated that though. He was biased and hated on Devin Haney, and
I don't know.
I like
Jim Lampley's.
I like Jim Lampley. I like him. I like Jim Lampley, yo. When I was hearing him, I was happy.
It was so dope to hear.
Yeah, I was happy to hear him.
Yeah,
that's
but the Monsters performance, man. I mean, shout out to Cardenas. Cardenas was good.
He a dog.
To see Mexican style, Mexican heart, and he brought it to Inoue.
He got power too.
Sure did.
Man, he's just so damn strong, bro. Yeah, bro. I mean, like the way that Inoue was punching through the guard, like he saw that you were already guarding where he was gonna punch, and he still punched through the guard. And you could just see it in his face, yo. Cardenas is like, God damn.
He's pound for pound, but it's going to take a certain fighter that's going to capitalize on him, and he's gonna get knocked out one day.
He has to move up. The
way he fights, he's going to get caught and knocked out one day.
At 122, there's nobody. There's nobody. Even if Bam moves up,
yeah, I was just gonna say
stop Bam too.
You just
think so?
took that away.
He
Yep,
will
you just took
stop
that away from
Bam Rodriguez.
He will
Yes.
stop Bam.
I don't know about that one, man. I'm
You
not
gotta
gonna
think
agree with
about
that
it
one.
though. Like most
Yeah.
Asian fighters don't really move up though. They stay at that. They stay in shape, bro.
Bro, it's only 4 pounds.
All
In
right,
a
so
way,
let him move
pounds.
up.
Inoue ain't moving. Inoue's
No,
not
No,
moving.
anyway,
He's like, yo,
Bam
And the
Bam
crazy
needs to
part,
go
he
up
was eating
there.
like a fat
Bam
ass.
finna go up.
He was eating
Anyway, is
like a
the
fat
A
ass right
side.
before that fight.
Why if I'm the A side, why would I come to your division? You come up here.
he's coming up. He's going up to see Inoue.
Yeah.
Yo,
Yeah. Nah.
but
But
we all know Inoue ain't going up no more. If he goes up to 26, he's gonna struggle.
Yes. He got
if
smoked.
it ain't if it ain't
Yeah,
Bam, it's nobody at 22, bro. Nobody's even gonna nobody.
The
Right.
6'1" that we just saw in his co-main event to go against Inoue, I love Inoue, and I was a
He
fan
going
already,
bad.
and I became a bigger fan of him last night, just to show the pure skill and toughness after getting knocked down like that. Big fan, but yo, that Mexican gonna put hands and feet.
So you got Espinoza over anyway?
Yeah.
Yeah, 126.
All
It's a
day.
different-
Espinoza,
all
yeah,
day.
he's
It's a
bigger than
different
Inoue.
conversation. It's a different conversation, man. I
Yeah.
think Inoue's power, it's gonna start not showing up as it goes up, and that's why he even said he's like featherweight is my max. I'm not going up. I'll never see Tank because he knows like it's not gonna transfer over that much anymore.
Well, the thing is too, this kid was saying, "Oh, Inoue don't punch. Inoue will pay for." When the guy says that, you know he
Who
punches.
said that he don't punch?
Yeah,
He
yeah.
said
Cardenas
Inoue don't punch.
was
He's not a
saying
puncher.
he doesn't crack like that.
Yeah,
Oh,
so that's
wow.
why.
Yeah, Cardenas was saying that in fight.
And fight.
Oh,
And I'm not gonna
wow.
front. He was taking them shit. He was taking them shots. It was
At
just the
first.
volume. It was
At
just the
first.
volume.
It was the body though. Once he started touching him
Yeah.
more downstairs,
He broke
Yeah.
it
Yo,
out.
the high guard,
the body down.
was protecting. The high guard was protecting. It wasn't breaking through like Inoue usually blasts through gloves and blasts through arms. That Mexican was standing his ground, and that high guard was holding. It was holding through, but the body work and the volume and the placement of Inoue's shots is what makes him so good and what makes that power work because he places those shots well and puts the volume together.
Was that his first fight at 22 or he fought at 22 already? All right.
He fought, yeah.
No, he's undisputed at 22.
Undisputed.
Is he?
So
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah, he's undisputed, man. But shout out to him, man. Like I said, bro, I was telling y'all yesterday, man. Yo, when this guy goes down, man, he gets up. It's like a whole nother fighter. He's like, all right, I'm ready to fight now.
It's special, man.
He got true dog in him. I mean,
it's that Tito, man. That Tito Trinidad in him, bro. Telling you, prime Tito. You know what happened, Berto? Tell him when prime Tito. When Tito get up off that canvas. When Tito get off that canvas, prime Tito, not the one, Roy.
I know.
Prime
not
Tito.
even the one with Hopkins either.
As Vargas.
Well, Hopkins, come on, man.
Shut the fuck up, bro.
Let's keep it stacked. Let's keep it stacked. Prime Tito.
When Tito went
Hopkins took the prime out of him. Now I love Tio. I'm huge on Tio, man.
No, I love Hopkins, but I fucking hated him that time, bro.
Oh yeah, you hate him like I hate Tarver.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I
don't eat milk duds because of him no more. I don't eat milk duds at all because of Antonio Tarver.
I still like D-Hop, bro.
Every time I
go to a
buy
movie
milk
theater.
duds, movie theater. I'm gonna buy a box of milk duds. I'll be like, there he is. I'll be fucking mad. I'll leave. I'll turn around, walk out the store. I walk out the store.
I walk straight out the theater. I'll walk straight out the theater.
Always ahead of the game, man. He's always ahead of the game, bro.
And Tarver was the man, bro.
Always ahead of the class.
He was ahead of the class. Stop lying, Berto. He know he get ahead of himself talking about Tarver the man.
Hey, yo, Tarver was in the Expendables, man. He got movies out of that, man.
Who was good at that time too? Was it
Roy
Taylor?
was
Yeah, it was Taylor, right? Taylor was good.
Roy
at that
was in the
time
Matrix. Stop hating. Roy was in the Matrix too.
I'm trying to think. Taylor was in that division, right?
Who? Taylor who? Jermaine Taylor?
Yeah.
Was in what division?
Was he in that division too with that?
What who?
With Roy
and Tarver.
No.
No,
Roy was at light heavyweight. Jermaine Taylor was at 60 and 68.
68, yeah.
Pavla beat the dog shit out.
Yeah. Yep. Sure did.
Pavla
Came back and beat the brakes off him. Whiz zaz zaz zaz
He
zip.
whooped that, he Martin Lawrence. Yo, he whooped his ass so bad. Jermaine Taylor went home and beat his wife up, went to jail. And I'm not trying to be disrespectful.
Yo,
That's
he
the-
did that.
Damn.
Yeah, that's
Damn.
crazy, bro.
What
That
right to
happened,
domestic violence?
His
Yeah.
ass whooped so bad by Kelly Pablo. He said, "You went home, looked at his wife, said, fuck this, fuck this. I'm going to jail tonight." No disrespect. That's crazy, but that's what he did.
Yo, he lost it. He lost his shit.
We
Yo,
gonna
you
tell the truth.
disrespectful,
We gonna tell the
bro.
truth.
You telling the truth, all right. You ain't lying.
Yeah,
You ain't lying.
Went home and fucking lost his mind. That man beat the shit out of him, bro.
He sure did.
Oh man, that's funny as hell.
Oh man, disclaimer: Tell the Truth Boxing Pod does not endorse domestic violence of
Yes,
any
no,
kind.
we do not.
We know. That's funny as hell though.
We telling the truth
It
though.
was. We do.
We
And
telling
that's definitely the truth.
we ain't over here lying about it. But yeah, you know, all those bald-headed fighters, it'll be dangerous too. Kelly Pavlik, what's dangerous, man? You know, he was always the head of the corporation himself. You know, back in the day.
Yo, your favorite, bro, Bradley.
Bradley too. Bullethead himself.
He a dog, though.
Commentating bullet head ass.
Remember back in the day where it was a Mike Tyson punch out and they had Bald Bull?
Yeah.
That was Timmy Bradley coming down, with the other side. That's Bradley, bro.
That is.
Cut it out.
Charging.
Ball. Soon you see Ball, boys, oh shit, we got a long night.
Yo, you know, I used to call that dude Charles Barkley. He look just like Barkley.
You ain't lying.
He does look like Charles Barkley. He does.
Shit. All them ball-headed motherfuckers, man, they can fight, man. Them ball-headed guys.
The motherfuckers.
Thurman right there. He right there. You see them? You see him? With
He almost there.
Man.
He almost there.
He's
gotta go there. He gotta go there.
I think it was Jamel. I don't know. Maybe Jamel.
There's rumors of Charlo right now. There's rumors of Charlo.
Shit, Charles been off since Canelo, right?
A year and a half. He's been out the ring a year and a half.
I mean, I don't know, bro.
Thurman's a better boxer, but Charlo got that kryptonite.
Yeah, but Charlo's I don't know, man. Which Charlo we talking about?
If I was Charlo, the 154 Charlo. Bro,
That's Jamil. Charlo's undefeated still.
No, Jamel. But
Jamil.
We're talking about Jamel. Yeah. Jamel. All he needs to do, if I was him, I'm going straight to the body. Pause.
Right to the body.
Yeah.
Right to the body.
Without a doubt, though, because
the first 2 or 3 rounds is all invested to the body.
He'll break him down.
Thurman's going to get another injury and not fight that fight. When it's a dangerous fight, Thurman don't want to fight it, man. We know that, bro. Stop it already, y'all.
Come on,
He got a talk
when he was about to fight Tim Tszyu.
I know.
It was the last week. My bicep.
Yeah, right. It was the bicep.
Right?
Yeah, I think it was.
Everything's falling apart.
And then, everything's falling apart. Then it was his ponytail. You know what I mean? It was everything going on, right? Right? And this is Thurman.
That's when it went downhill. That's when it went downhill.
I'm not gonna sit here and act like Thurman ain't the truth because he showed back in the day when he's unified.
Thurman is not the truth. He was the truth.
He was.
Look what he did to Brock Jarvis. Really look what he did to that young boy, Brock Jarvis.
Man, what has Brock Jarvis ever done in boxing?
Got knocked out. He got knocked out by the bull that Richards and Hitchens beat. Leon Parle.
Oh, Leon Parle.
Leon Parle knocked Brock Jarvis out in 1 round.
Yeah.
Had that man on
That's what I'm saying. So
Brock Jarvis ain't never done shit, bro.
That's what I'm saying. So
I say that with I mean all due respect, but he ain't never
respectfully.
done shit.
But I'm saying Thurman gonna fight. Yeah, he was in perfect shape to fight that kid. But now you say Jamil Charlo and that fight gets signed, watch him get an injury.
Oh yeah, that's before the fight.
That's a good fight though. It's a good payday too.
Yeah, but when he knows it's danger,
yep.
He thought he could beat Pacquiao. That's why he fought Pacquiao. And he fought his ass off against Pacquiao.
I would love to see the press conference.
I was watching that one, Berto.
The press conference, man.
I wanted Pacquiao to win that anyways.
I thought he did good against Pacquiao. I love that.
I wanted Pacquiao to win that though.
Yeah. But Thurman, I'll tell you right now, against Jamil Charlo, I'm gonna have to edge the favorite towards Jamil Charlo. Just because of youth.
Youth, size. He's already acclimated to the weight. Yeah, power. And Jamel can box. Jamel can box.
He's been out though. He's been out for a minute.
Yeah, he went out, and we ain't gonna talk about his shit.
And then like his last fight, yeah, we gonna talk about his shit. His last
He's
fight,
hungry.
he
I
looked like
mean-
shit, bro.
He did, but I think he's
But
gonna
this
come
is-
back to let
this-
motherfuckers know.
This is how far Spence has fell. Who do you got with Spence and?
He retired.
But if they were to fight, Spencer Thurman,
I don't know,
a
man.
year ago, it would have been hands down.
I know.
Spencer
Yeah.
Thurman, I'm gonna have to. I'll pick Thurman, bro.
I picked Thurman too.
Damn. Holy shit. I'm going
I picked
Spencer.
I picked Thurman
He said,
because
"Holy shit!" But yo, dude, think
just
about
the movement.
No,
just
I
the
know,
movement.
I know. It's just crazy that we're even. No, I'm saying holy shit because it's like, damn, like
you
are,
thought about
like,
it because we didn't think about that
We're
before.
looking over Spence Jr. now. Like that's fucking crazy.
Right before
Like,
Crawford, we were like,
year
hell
ago-
no, Spence gonna kill
Yeah,
Thurman.
exactly. Spence will kill.
it. Yeah.
Thurman stopped fighting because of Earl. Earl was like on his ass. You hear that? Don't
Yeah.
duck me, son. That should stop when Earl was like, let's fight.
Yeah, Earl done,
Yeah.
bro. Earl done.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
Is
he was.
Is he really done?
I think he is.
That's
It's a
what it
shame.
seemed
He's
like.
done, bro. Yeah, come on. When's the last time he scrapped?
You mean to tell me? that Al
Your
Heyman,
boy
Al
put
Heyman
hands
can get
on him.
Rolly Romero multiple world champion fights, multiple to Rolly, and you can't do it for Spence? No, yes you can. It's just that Spence don't want to fight.
It's either that or they looking out.
Well,
They looking out for him, just like, yo, you don't need to be
I think-
fighting. You know what I mean?
I think they're protecting because the last fight he was trying to jump
Exactly.
into was that Fundora. He's trying to jump to that Fundora fight.
If Spence
And
wants
then
to
that's
fight, he'll fight because we saw that with Crawford. Because I don't think that Al Heyman wanted him to fight Crawford, but
Yeah,
Spence
no.
is the one that was like, no,
Nah, we're making-
this is the next fight, make it happen, and he made it happen, and I think he can still make it happen, but I don't think he wants to.
yeah,
too much.
they're protecting. They're protecting him.
No, I don't know. I think Spence wants to fight. I just don't think he's.
I think he does.
Bro, if
but,
he
yeah, I don't know.
he's still
I
the
don't-
big fish, he can get in there and get a tune-up whenever
But
the
you
hell
gotta
he
think
wants.
about it. He ain't gonna be at that 147, bro. He out.
No,
No,
54.
it's 54.
No, it's gonna be
54.
54. But
Yeah.
he could fight whoever, bro. He can fight whoever.
But
But
that's why he was trying. He was trying to get that Fundora fight, and then they pulled that
Well,
one
it's a
out. They
good
were
thing.
like, nah, chill.
Match up with Joey Spencer. 54. That's a good tune-up.
Oh man, that's a great
That's a
Ricky
great tune-up.
all
Match
over
him up with Joey Spencer.
man.
Ricky,
Match
Ricky
me
sitting in
up
his seat
right
Give
now.
me that ball.
Let's get Ricky
Match
in there.
me
Let's
up
go.
right now.
Tell the
Yeah.
truth.
Charles
Match
Conwell,
me up.
put him in there with Conwell. Put him in there with Conwell.
Conwell, yeah, I know. Yep,
Do that.
not a name that gets talked about often, but it's a good name.
I know
You
he
don't
said
wanna
no
put him-
tune-ups, but champ, you've been out the ring now. What is over 2 years now? Shit, bro.
Even
You-
Laura. I mean, not Laura. The other one. Lubin will give him a good fight at 54.
Lubin.
Lubin,
Yeah.
I haven't heard of Lubin in a minute, bro.
Lubin fight.
Yeah,
he got a
good
fight
to see
coming up.
Lubin.
He got a fight coming up.
He
Well,
good,
Holmes
he
Holmes
good.
Jr. Holmes
I like
Jr.
Lubin though. Lubin's kind of solid.
Yeah.
He's a solid.
solid. He's
boxer,
solid,
Bro.
yeah.
He's solid.
Good
I mean,
southpaw. very
Fedora made
skilled.
him look like Martin Lawrence when he fought Tommy Hitman Hearns.
You gotta think about
He
it.
had
Fedor
nuts
is
coming
big
out
as
his
fuck,
throat,
bro.
man.
Yo, but
He
Lubin was
He
giving
had
him something
not-
though.
Yeah, he
Lubin
did.
was giving him something.
But he had
Like,
knots all over his
He-
place,
it
man. He
didn't
looked-
look like after the fight. It didn't look like he was giving him something, but he was definitely
No.
putting some
he
hands
dropped, he
on.
dropped
on
Fedora in that fight. He's the first one that ever dropped Fedora.
Yeah.
But then
Yeah.
Fedora started putting hands and feet on him.
Yep.
Who's
had
fighting?
not-
Who fighting this weekend?
This weekend, isn't it the girl? When's the girl mega fight
That's
coming?
not like
That card.
Berlanga, right? Because I could have sworn I saw like a face-off with him. I
For,
don't
with
think he
with
is,
who?
though. I
Wait,
don't know.
boxing?
Berlanga, you fighting somebody? I just saw it recently. Too.
Oh, he's fighting Hamza Shiraz.
all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Turkey's boy.
Yep.
See
Yeah,
how
he's
that
in
goes.
danger with that one. He's in danger with that one.
When? Yeah, he is. When is
He's
the
in
girl?
danger with that one.
When's that girls mega fight card coming up?
Next
No.
week is Navarrete.
Woo!
I
I
like
another
love
good
fighting.
fight.
watching him, bro. He's a fucking
Yeah.
dog.
That boy
He's
throw.
dog.
I don't really know.
He
I don't know who he's fighting though. But yeah, Navarrete.
And Murataya is on there going against Abdulayev.
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah. And
Okay.
Lubin, Lubin is fighting Holmes on the same day.
Told you.
There it
Holmes
is.
Jr.
There it is.
Nice.
Yep.
You
That's
should
a
see
good
that
scrap.
face. They were
That's a good
arguing like
scrap.
crazy. They're about to
Those are good
scrap
fights.
for real.
Yeah. That's a good
Yeah.
scrap.
Yeah, and then after that you gotta wait for a significant fight. I mean, Josh Taylor. I don't know if anybody's looking for Josh Taylor. He's fighting on
Yeah,
the
Josh.
24th.
Yeah, Josh coming up.
I thought this
Angelo
girl-
Leo.
I thought the girls fight was coming up.
Mm-mm.
Damn.
Caleb Plant is the 31st.
That's
That's
another one, yo. Why
Plant
ain't
with
nobody
our boy
fighting that
Cornflake.
man?
Shout out to
yeah,
Cornflake.
yeah. Cornflake is on that card.
Cornflake
Why
fighting
ain't nobody
Jamal.
fighting Plant, bro?
Playing is hard to deal with, man.
I understand that, but yo, he can fuck up a lot of them people in that division, bro.
Katie
Plant.
Taylor and Amanda Serrano is not until July 11th.
Okay, damn.
Jake
I can't wait to see that
Paul
card.
and Julio Cesar Chavez is
Chavez
before that.
Jr.
Like Plant been calling out Charlo for how long now? Fucking
I
run
know.
that shit, bro.
Run that.
Why not?
I know.
Well, after
It's a
the
great
cornflake fight, I think they're fighting.
I hope so.
Yeah, you didn't hear?
Nah,
Yo,
I think that Plant might be next for Berlanga. Talking about Berlanga?
But
no, we're talking about
Plant,
we're talking about Jamal, Charlo, and
Plant.
Caleb Plant.
Jamal
I would love to see Berlanga and Plant
Because Jamal fighting Cornflake and Plant's fighting somebody. I forget the guy's name. And they were all on a press conference talking over the screen. And Cornflake and Plant got into it. You see that shit? Man. That shit had me cracking up.
Yeah,
you see that?
Why don't wait? Why don't wait?
Yo, he started talking. Cornflake was talking, and then Plant got out. He said, "Yo, do me a favor and shut the hell up while I'm talking." You had your turn to talk. Now it's my turn. They start going back.
Oh no, because Plant is no longer white. The black delegate has been drafted.
Y'all drafted his ass.
Yeah, we drafted
that
him.
slap.
He definitely black as hell.
He slapped the shit out of Jamal Charlo.
Yeah,
Jamal Charlo was talking like this
that same day. It was that same day when he slapped Charlo. I was like, yeah, we number one pick.
Right.
We're drafting Caleb Plant. Yep.
That's why
the black delegation.
Watch Jamal Charlo's interviews. When he talks, he keeps going like this because of that fucking slap.
Stupid shit.
So rolling his neck. He got putty in his neck. He got that man slapped putty in his neck, bro.
Wow, this shit.
That was so sad. That was a really bad day for Black America, man.
Bro,
that was a bad day.
Very sad day.
He slapped Jamal, and Jamal
he didn't even try to get his lick back though. He was just like, he was like,
he walked out the door after that slap.
Like a bitch, like, oh, I'm out of here.
He just turned around, and walked out the door, man. It was that bad. I said, oh my god.
You would think you get smacked in the face. All right, nigga, let's go. Let's run this shit.
Your wife and everybody standing there.
Especially if you're a professional fighter. You're a professional fighter, bro. And another grown man didn't punch you. You got slapped.
Bro, it was only one guy holding Jamal Charlo back, and he didn't even hold him back. Jamal just turned around and walked out the door.
Yeah. He didn't want it.
He definitely want it. Yo, Plant.
How do you go home and go to sleep after you got slapped by another man, bro?
You know he's tossing and turning. You know he gonna cry in the car. You know he gonna cry in the car. It was Friday. It was Friday. Yeah. Run it. Run the track.
He was crying, man.
He was crying in the car.
Because they did a remix. You seen the remix? It was like, I said, oh, hell no. They kept doing a remix of it. It was bad, man.
That was so bad, man. That was terrible, bro.
It was rough.
But yeah, man. I mean, that's all I got, man. Y'all got anything else?
Nah,
Cinco De Mayo,
man.
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
Word. This is Tell the Truth Boxing Pod, man. Nuno pulled up, Coach Leaf, Berto, Valley Savage.
Had to for Cinco De Mayo.
It was a great one. This one.
Yeah, man. We out of here. Peace.
Peace.